conclude on two things. Certainly one thing that's on a lot of people's minds is Iraq. I want to say that what's being handed out front, I don't mind people demonstrating anything I do, but that letter that they've given to people is not from me. I didn't write that. They wrote it. It's not from me at all. So it looks like it is. It made it look like it is. It is not. I want to assure you of that. But it is important as we're looking about our role in the world that we need to replace the current view that the U.S. has of itself, much less what the world thinks of it, because the world doesn't think of us this way, but the U.S. view of ourselves as the indispensable nation, and change to a view of ourselves as the nation that ought to be leading by example in the world. And that's the fundamental change, I think, between the Republicans and Democrats that you'll see with a Democrat in the White House. And in some respects, it means a lot of things, but in one respect, it certainly means that we need to change our attention much more to Afghanistan, where many folks in our military say is the clear and present danger to this country, and not forget Iraq, but pay much more attention and put many more resources into Afghanistan than we're putting in today for our own security. And I hope we can see that kind of change take place. The other thing I'll just note is that the Bellingham Herald every Sunday, and I love Bellingham Herald, I'm not ripping on them, but every Sunday they have their How They Voted list. This Sunday's How They Voted list had all my votes wrong. So if you have any questions about why did you vote this way, it's because I didn't. And finally, I'll just end by saying this. I said at the beginning that I'm feeling just energized to run this year. But, you know, I know that in many parts of the country, and even around here, the economy is turned down. And when you look at polling, you can see that people really, you know, massive numbers, high percentages that we haven't seen before. Not only have a bad view of Congress and the presidency, but really believe we're headed in the wrong direction. The right track, wrong track, they call it. People think we're heading in the wrong direction is higher than it's ever been. You know, my view of the world, frankly, is generally optimistic, and especially about this country, and especially about individual Americans. And I can't speak for other countries and won't, but because I'm an American, and I think I don't know if it makes us unique, but what I like about our country and I love about the people in this country and certainly in this district is a little like baseball season, especially with the way the Mariners are playing these days. They're not doing too well for following that. Is that in sports, there's always next year. There's always the next chance. And for us in this country, despite the fact that perhaps 75 to 80% of people think we're on the wrong track, there's always another chance to get it better the next time. And then we always, as Americans, we always take that chance to try to get it better. And that's why I'm optimistic about this country. Despite the burdens of the last 8 years, which I don't want to go through again, I am still optimistic about the future of this country, about the future of the state and this district and the people here. Because we're always looking to make it better, and we always grab that chance to do it. Sometimes we get it wrong, but even when we get it wrong, we try it again. That's as well why I continue to run for office and want to continue to serve you and have this privilege to serve you in the United States House of Representatives. Our approvals aren't great, but that doesn't mean it's not a great job or a great privilege, because it is an absolutely wonderful privilege to be able to have. It's a great job, but it's your job. It's your job. I'm only getting the opportunity to hold on to it for a little while until either you decide I don't get to hold on to it, or more hopefully for me, I decide I don't want to hold on to it. But either way, it's up to you. And I hope that you decide that I've earned that privilege for 2 more years to serve you in the U.S. House of Representatives. So thank you all for coming tonight. I appreciate your support.